My wife seems to be flirting with another man, and she even has a photo on the refrigerator of the guy. That has to be this gut-wrenching. What could I have done? Should I do something differently? What can I do going forward? And that's what I want to address here, is what to do now and how to think about this. How to think about this actually in a positive way for you, in a positive way for your own growth, for your own depth. Your question, should I bring the photo magnet discussion back up and tell my wife I don't want to see it, or am I just being too insecure? Well, let's look at two things. One, what this means for you, and two, should I actually talk with my wife about this? So let's look at number two first. You brought this up in the past before you were grounded, before you knew how to ask her in a way that wasn't attached to an outcome. Before you could be calm about this, I'm sure you were very upset, I would imagine, in that moment, and you hid the photo and then you put the photo back after she said something. So all of that has those memories of that type of energy that you had when you spoke about it before. So that photo has attached to it the tainted memory of you acting like a nice guy, you acting afraid and accusative and then hiding it and bringing it back out after mommy was mad that the photo of her friend was no longer there, right? Even if this friend is like a brother to her. So if you bring this back up, it's going to have all those anchors, all those attachments of the old way that you were. Also, bringing this up before you know what it means to you, if you bring this up before you know what it means to you, you'll simply slide back into all the old ways you were when you brought it up the first time. So underneath the skills of what to say and what to do is a foundation of mindset, is a foundation of your identity. Who are you as a man? Who are you in relation to this picture? And who are you in relation to this guy and your wife and marriage? Those questions are the foundation of your identity in this scenario. So let's go to that. What does this mean for you, and how can you see this as a good thing? Well, it's bringing up these questions of what are my values and my boundaries and my non-negotiables? What are my nuts, my non-negotiable, unalterable terms? Who am I as a man? And how do I want to handle this? So for you, who am I as a man? What does this mean for me? The first step I want you to take here in homework is the pains that came up within you. When you still think back upon this, I want you to write down those pains on one side of a page, one side of a T-chart. What were the emotions and the feelings and the thoughts that came up initially when you saw this picture, the picture itself, the magnet, when you saw this picture, when you hid the picture, when she complained about it, when you brought it back up, okay, all your thoughts and feelings and emotions on the left side. And on the other side of the T-chart, I want you to flip your perspective on those pains into a perspective of wisdom and learning and openness. And what's the kind of man I want to be when I think about this picture? Not when you talk with her again, not what to do about it, but when you think about this picture, what's the man I want to be? The centered, calm, grounded, clear, attractive, masculine man that you want to be. How would he feel? How would he think? What would his emotions be? Maybe after he breathes and processes and pauses. It's not that the mountain lion, it's not that the kingly man immediately, is James Bond every single second. That's not what I am like. I don't know about you. It's not what I'm like, and that's not what we're shooting for. What we're shooting for is speed of awareness and efficiency and skill and clarity within your own depth. Speed of awareness, efficiency of skill, and clarity within your own depth. And I'm asking you to do the clarity within your own depth right now. So this is a challenge to me as a man. Maybe I was shocked and saddened by it initially, but now I feel like this has opened a doorway for me as a man. It's a flare in the sky. It's a red flag that I need to be looking at my own boundaries. I need to be looking at the skills of how I stand up for a boundary. And most importantly, in my opinion here, is the skill of emotional safety for your woman. If I reel this story all the way back, years, if she doesn't feel safe, if she doesn't feel emotionally safe to bring up desires that she wants to be able to feel flirtatious with you, that she wants to be able to express herself and be on camera like she was with that guy on the phone with you. She wants to be able to share her pains and not be judged with you. Years ago, she had this inkling that she couldn't open herself to you. And it's played itself out in this example now of her flirting with this other guy, so to speak, or at least connecting with him as a brother, feeling open with this other guy, feeling safe emotionally with him. And we want her to feel safe emotionally with you. It's going to take masculine frame. It's going to take understanding of yourself. It's going to take leadership of how to bring her to emotional safety. And that's our work. We'll continue doing that.